She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Never date just one, sis. Welcome to another live. We have a different topic today. We have covered so much since we began this journey. I see that Ace Metaphor now has a video that's telling you all to don't date them all, sis. The exact thing I'm telling you in Never Date Just One, that's where Never Date Just One comes in. That he's giving you the blueprint and telling you what to do. But now I'm telling you how to get it accomplished and where it needs to start. So that's what my Never Date Just One, sis book is about. The entire movement. Make sure you join the group on Facebook. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. And let's get into today's content. We went through so much and learned so much about ourselves since we started this journey to start back dating. As women who have been hurt, went through countless disappointments and things of that nature, it's hard to want to get back to dating because now you're in a masculine space. You think that all men want to have sex. You don't want to date. You like to be alone. You've convinced yourself of these things because you have not gotten the results that you know that you deserve, but you've just been going about it the wrong way trying to get those results. I know a lot of times in our youth, the TV that we watch, a lot of different things brainwash us into thinking that we need to give our all to one man every time that we're trying to be in a relationship. It doesn't show us the pitfalls that come with giving our all to one person, especially when you're trying to date people to find out who is the best person for you. All you remember seeing on TV was that a man and a woman went on a date, first date. Next thing you know, they had some steamy sex after that, and they had this great relationship. Then boom, they get married. It's TV, it's sensationalized, it's fake, it's not real life, and that's just not how it goes. So now that you got to unlearn the wrong way to relearn the correct way. And the correct way to date is to exercise with multiple options. You're not going to be able to know who's the perfect person for you and what your needs are that needs to be met if you're only giving your energy to one person at a time. It's taking you 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, 6 decades for you to realize that this person doesn't want you and you've wasted too much of your time. Now, before you look, you're 40 years old, you got chips on your shoulder, and nobody wants you because you're sour or you're negative. Never Date Just One is removing all of that. Even if you are already 40 now, even if you are 50 now, even if you are 60, if you are still trying to date so that the person that is for you can find you, then that's where this comes in at. So let's go ahead and get jumping to it. Getting back to your feminine vibe. I talked about this yesterday. I told y'all, no, I didn't. I just actually added a video today. Make sure you go check that video out today. I just added a video on TikTok about the masculine versus the feminine energy. The reason why this has been coming up so often. Women just thought that men were just saying they were acting like men. No, what men have been trying to tell y'all, because y'all have been doing it for so long and been doing it wrong for so long with so many disappointing factors in the process, you have went into your masculine energy trying to protect your heart. Masculine energy trying to make yourself believe that you like to be single. Masculine energy trying to do everything on your own. So therefore now you feel like you don't need a man because you think you are a man. And you might not admit to it, but in essence, you're in the space of a man by even thinking in that lane. So when you're out here dating multiple dudes, you have to get back to your feminine energy. It's very important. It's going to be a game changer. Getting back to the very essence of who you are, learning how to respond without an attitude, respond without curse words, respond without aggression. You have to get back to the feminine side of you. Learn how to get your nails done. Little nails, or they can be long, extravagant nails, but it's feminine. Go back to doing the things that make you feel beautiful, because for so long you went without getting your hair done, getting your nails done, doing anything that focuses on self-care, because you're trying to take care of everybody else and you're forgetting yourself. Man, that's what men do. Men take care of everybody. Women are nurturers. Women do not do that. We are able to take care, but we also take care of ourselves, because we will nurture ourselves before we go out and nurture the world, okay? Now, feminine energy is all about being open, intuitive, and letting things flow. masculine energy rushes. A lot of y'all, we want to rush to the goal, to get to the prize of trying to be married the quickest, and just to be able to take pictures and put on a wedding dress, and just to be able to social media that somebody wants to marry you. A lot of women are getting married for the wrong reasons. So again, it's pushing into your masculine space, which is why you're rushing, because you don't know how to be a woman and enjoy the process, the dating process. Okay, the key is to find the balance between masculine energy and getting things done and feminine energy. There is a balance. You've got to find the balance that works for you, but you've got to move out of the complete masculine space that you've been in for so long that you feel offended by when somebody points it out, because you think that you've been doing it like a woman and you've really been acting like a man for too long, acting and doing like a man. Okay. Now let's get back to Tammy. Let's try to give you how Tammy's energy had to change for her to be able to enter in the world of roster dating and to do it successfully with some great results. Now, Tammy used to be all about that soft feminine vibe. She used to be that. She was creative. She was warm. She had this natural way of connecting with people, right? But after a few heartbreaks, remember I told you about those chips in your shoulders, emotional letdowns, people just upsetting you, frustration, overwhelming, just hurt feelings. After a few of those, a lot of your feminine vibes will slip away. You will find yourself really in a protective stance as a man. Men protect, okay? Women nurture. Remember that, okay? Because all of those heartbreaks and those upsets and those disappointments, those emotional battlefields that you've been losing has placed you in a masculine space. And I need you to resolve that and heal that and understand that just because your feelings got hurt and just because that man over there didn't treat you how you were supposed to be treated doesn't mean that the rest of the world is just like that. You got to stop thinking like that, and you got to come back to your feminine energy. You win some, you lose some. You just lost those. Now we're going to be going into a space of winning consistently. As Tammy went through more disappointment, she got more and more guarded. Remember that y'all be talking about y'all got that wall up. I'm protecting my heart. That's what men do. That's what I'm saying. Men are guards. You got to come out of that. You got to come out of that, okay? The carefree, playful way she used to date, when she used to be fun and men couldn't wait to take her out, now she's going into these dates serious as hell, cold approach, being like from date one, trying to get to the ending result, and she's already going hard, and she's now further upsetting herself because now she's pushing the men away because she's acting more like the man and not like a woman. Okay, she started looking at everything like it was a task. Going on a date, task she had to complete. She's like got this list now: dates, get to know, courts, get married, have kids. These are all of the things that she wants to check off on her list. Okay, so now she's no longer dating. It's not fun. It's now become a job. So she's been taking it too serious. And again, it is pushing men away who is not ready to get to that level, or who doesn't see her as that person as of yet. They haven't had a chance to learn who she is as a woman. She's already in her masculine space. Okay. Now, her interactions felt stiff. She was disconnected. It was like something was missing. And that's because why? She left out of her feminine fun space to jump into a masculine serious space, trying to push the ball and envelope quicker than it needs to be pushed, as opposed to being like a woman who goes with the flow. Women go with the flow. Let men make the decisions and put in the work. We go with the flow. That's what the feminine woman does, okay? And if it's a flow that you like, then you will love it. If it's not the right flow, then you will move on. They will come off your roster. Remember, that's the purpose of roster dating. Women go with the flow. If it is a flow that you like moving on, then you will continue to move on that flow. If the flow is disruptive to where your flow is, your level, and the vibrations are low, then you will exit that person off your roster without a care in the world. It won't even matter, okay? The natural glow that she had was now buried up under her, built to keep her from getting hurt again. With that feminine glow, gone. That feminine energy that used to exude off her, that made everybody want to date her, gone. Now she has this hard exterior, and she looks at life too serious. You only live once. You have to literally live it day by day. You cannot rush it. When you rush the process, you become into your masculine energy, and then you start not enjoying it. Okay, so she was all about trying to figure out how to strategize and avoid getting hurt again. At the same time, trying to prevent from losing her stuff because of the pain. So, but then she realized that that was pushing people away. So she definitely wanted to get back into her feminine energy. All right. So let's talk about some pitfalls that cause the loss of feminine energy. These are the things that will cause you to lose that feminine space, that those feminine thoughts acting in that feminine essence because of the things that are going on in your life. But again, life did not guarantee happiness. And you have to understand that with love, there will be pain. Doing everything by yourself. This is one of the things that will keep you in your masculine space, okay? Putting too much on your plate. Sis, listen, you're trying to handle everything on your own. You're trying to raise the kids, pay all the bills. You're trying to buy a house. You're trying to hold down a job or two. You're also trying to be there for your kids. You also try to be there for your friends. You try to be there for your family. You got all this going on, but you're neglecting yourself. You're neglecting yourself because you're trying to do everything for that and put all of this on your plate and put all of this into these relationships, and now you're wearing yourself out. Now you don't have the energy to go and get your hair done. You don't have the energy to learn how to do your makeup properly or even put on makeup. You don't have the energy to get your nails done. You don't have the energy to go buy a nice flowy dress and to go out on a Saturday to a park and just walk around and take off your shoes in the grass and be grounded and walk in the grass barefoot. You don't have that energy. That's feminine energy. Because you're doing so much for everybody else and there's so much on your plate. Now you just going to work, coming home. Going to work, coming home, taking care of the home, going to bed. Man, that is what men do. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? Not delegating. You don't know how to ask for help. You don't know how to say, okay, you know what? Today I can't do this. Let me pass this off to him. Today I can't do this. Let me call my sister and see if she can do it. You don't know how to delegate. Why? Because you're so afraid that somebody's not going to do it like you. Man. You feel like you're the only person who can do it right. So you're in a space that I have to do it. I have to do it. I got to get all of this done. So now you got a plate full of stuff that you can't handle and you won't delegate and let somebody else help you. So now you definitely got chips on your shoulder. Now you're more weighed down. Vibrations are lower. And the men that you want to date, vibrations are up here and you're not attracting them. You're attracting the dusties down here. Your vibrations are low. Their vibrations are low. And you're going to always be in a masculine space. Because now he's not going to help you do anything. Okay? You're neglecting self-care. Remember, I just told you about going to get your hair done, going to get your nails done, taking yourself on a date, going out of town on a trip, neglecting self-care. You don't do it anymore. Now you're burnt out and you're stressed. Chips on your shoulder. You feel weighed down. Low vibrations are low. The men that you want to date, vibrations are up here. You can't attract them because you're too low. So you're still attracting the dusties down here. Who too are burnt out and stressed. And now what they're going to do, they're going to come by and burn out and stress you too. Okay? Ignoring your intuition. We all get that hunch. We all got our that third voice, our third eye open. When you're a woman, you're in the feminine space, the third eye will be open. When you're doing too much and you're ignoring things, it will be closed. Therefore, you're ignoring your red flags. They keep popping up. Again, vibrations are low. You feel way down. You're down here. The men that you want to date are up here. Okay? They don't come down to this level, but the men are down there at that level. And you ignore the intuition, the red flags. He doesn't have a job. He has too many children. He doesn't take care of his children. These are red flags. You keep ignoring your intuition, telling you to run, 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 run. But because you're not in a feminine space, you can't hear it or you ignore it. Leaving you in a masculine space to do everything on your own and you're still not delegating. Okay? Suppression emotions. You're so afraid to tell people how you feel because you don't want to run anybody off. So you hold it back. You want to be treated like a woman. You want to be taken on dates. You want to be having a spa day. You have this is how you feel. This is where you are right now. You're so afraid to tell him. So you hold it in. Vibrations are low. The men you date are up here. They can't come down to your level, but there are men at your level. And guess what? They hold back their emotions too. That's why they finna get with you. Now y'all finna be with each other, wasting time, holding back emotions. He don't need, and what he holding back is he don't really like you like that. But he's not going to tell you that. Because right now you are serving him a purpose and fulfilling some of his needs down here where the vibrations are very low. You can getting back in touch with yourself. Self-care. Remember the balance. Because you keep neglecting self-care, you're unbalanced. You're down here. The men you want to date are up here. They can't come to your level, but there are men down there that are unbalanced with you. They have emotional burnout too. They don't know how to get in. They don't even know who they are. That's why they refer to themselves as the nigga or whatever. They don't know who they are because men don't call themselves that. Men know that they're men. They're leaders and they stand in who they are very strong. So because you've been neglecting yourself and you don't know how to get back to being the real feminine version of you, now you've entered your masculine space. And when you hear that argument all over social media, you get offended because they're talking about you. You agree with it. And then you're mad because it's the truth. I'm trying to never date just one, sis, is to get you back to your feminine space. You have got to stop doing everything on your own. It's not worth it anymore. You feel weighed down. Look, when I sit up, if I was weighed down, it'd be all like, this is me. This is how y'all posture be. This is how you know life is taking over. Y'all sit like this. A feminine woman sits up. She crosses her legs. And she sits up. Her posture, everything is great. She understands this. The woman who is in her masculine energy sits back like a man. She feel weighed down. You got to get back to your feminine vibe. Sit up. You've been sitting back too long, okay? Now, how to use feminine energy in roster dating. Once you get back to your feminine energy, let's learn how to use it. Okay. Reciprocity over pursuit. Okay? When you're out here roster dating, it is easy to get caught up in managing all of the people you're roster dating. But with feminine energy, you're going to do what? Let things flow. Remember, we talked about that. Women let things flow. Feminine women let things flow. When things disrupt the flow, they remove it from the space. Let it flow, okay? So reciprocity over pursuit. If the person is not giving you reciprocated energy and is not pursuing you, you're not going to put it in an energy and pursue him. That's what men do. They chase. Women don't. They allow men to come and find them. He who findeth his wife finds a good thing. He who findeth, not she. Get out of that masculine energy. Get back into your space. Sit up like a woman. Cross your legs and be seen, not heard. Okay? Trust in your intuition. If your third eye, your other voice has told you that this right here is not going to work for whatever reason, listen. Stop ignoring it. Or stop saying you can call it back. Okay, you broke up. You stopped talking to him this week. But you really was feeling him. So then you call him back and you get back. And then you see exactly what. Trust your intuition. What once was should never happen again. Stay in that space. Because then you won't get your heart broken, get your feelings broken again by somebody who told you that they changed and never did. Okay? Balancing action and allowing. Allow him to date you. Allow him to open up to you. Balance out his actions versus the actions of others until things are seen as magnified or maximum effort. Nobody comes off the level. Everybody stays balanced until they start doing unbalancing things to move them up or unbalancing things to move them off the roster. Allow them to date you. Allow them to make the plans. That's what men do. They make things happen. Go with the flow. And if the flow is disrupting your life, then get rid of it. Nurture yourself. Self-care, ma'am. It's impossible for you to tell him how to love you if you're not showing him how to love you. So love yourself. Do those special things for yourself. Stop going into everything thinking that a man has to come in and get your hair, your nails, and things done. That is petty little girl stuff. And those little girls who get that stuff usually only get those things. They never even get anything big. That's not the energy that we want. We want to be able to get those things plus more. We want to be able to get the full spa day with the nails, the hair, the facial, the massage. We want to get all of that. We don't want to just get hair and nail money. That might just be $150. And he might not go with us. You'll enjoy it better if he goes with you. Both of you are getting facials. Both of you are getting massages. Both of you are getting your feet done. And you're getting manicures and pedicures. All of these things together. And it just builds a bond. Self-care. Okay? So now, Now let's get back to Tammy's story, how she started going back to embrace her femininity because she did realize that she was inside of a masculine space. She had been doing it by herself for too long and sustaining heartbreak and disappointments in the process. So back to her. It was time for a change. She knew it. So she set out on a mission to reconnect with her feminine vibe. Again, remember, she's already did the self-evaluation. She already knows her needs assessment now. She already knows exactly who she is. And now she's getting back to her feminine space, getting back to her feminine vibe. So once she gets back to that, she's going to start doing things that she likes. Creative hobbies. She's going to start making self-care a priority. She's not going to put anybody else before her. Now Tammy knows that in order for her to give herself the maximum attention to self-care, she has to be put in front of everybody. So she puts herself first. She focuses on herself. She doesn't allow nobody else mess to come into herself, and she starts trusting her intuition. Whenever that third eye opens up and she hears her other voice, she starts listening because now it's starting to serve her a purpose and making sure that she no longer gets her heart broke or her feelings hurt, okay? Now, once she got back to her feminine energy, the dating scene flipped. Remember I told you when she was hurt and in masculine energy, her vibrations was low. The men she wanted to date were up here. They're unable to come to her level, but there are men down there at her level. However, they're going to keep her at that level as they rise. She won't be rising. However, we need the men up here to help Tammy come to their level. Never date just one. That's exactly what it will do. So you can stop dating the men down here who are going to help you elevate their life, and you can get with the men up here who are going to help elevate your life and elevate you as a woman in your feminine space. You're not telling him what to do. You're not talking to him hard. You're not angry with him. You're not bringing that aggression to a man because that is not what women do. You're not angry with him. You're not bringing that aggression to a man because that is not what women do. Get back to your feminine energy, okay? So the joy that Tammy used to feel, has now returned. Why? Because she's in her feminine space. She can enjoy dating without being so serious. She can go in and know exactly where her needs are and get those needs met. She can appreciate chivalry when the door is open for her, when a chair is pulled out for her, when something on the menu is ordered for her, because she's in her soft feminine space. She's not going to act like a man. She's not backing into any car spaces. She's not going to pull any doors and let herself in. She's going to allow him to do it because that's what feminine women do. They stay in their feminine energy and they don't let anything change who they are, not even heartbreak. Okay, so now, what do we do to get back into our feminine energy? Well, let's do the first thing you want to do is, okay, so now, what do we do to get back into our feminine energy? Well, let's do the first thing you want to do is check your date. The first thing you want to do to get back to your feminine energy is check your dating game. Look at how you've been running things before and determine how you're going to run them now. It has to be a change and a shift somewhere. You have to come out of the masculine space, come back into the feminine energy. There has to be a shift in your dating game, okay? Are you pushing too hard trying to make it work, or are you letting things go with the flow? That's what you need to check first. Next, let them in your dating game, okay? Are you pushing too hard trying to make it work, or are you letting things go with the flow? That's what you need to check first. Next, let them lead. You've been leading and doing it by yourself for so long. It's time for you to allow somebody else to lead and do it for you. You have to stop doing that, okay? Sit back and let things flow. Remember that? Let things flow. We're not leading anymore. We're not making plans for dates. We're not doing any of that. Put yourself first. We just said that. Remember, you have to come before everybody. If you put anybody before you, that's just too masculine. You have to come before everybody, even your children. Visualize your glow. Get back to the beauty that you remember. Get back to the glow, the essence of who you are as a woman. Get back into that energy, sit in that energy, never to leave it again. Okay? Now, you do these things, you're going to shift back into your feminine space. If you continue to do the opposite, you're going to stay in your masculine space. And you're going to continue to attract low vibrational men who have nothing going on. And it's going to bring your life further down as you help their life go up. Remember, your men are up here. And in order for you to get up here with them, they need to pull you up. They're not pulling any other man up, though. They're going to pull women up. They're not pulling men up. So if you're going to be coming along and screaming at him and talking to him any kind of way and all of those things, you're going to stay down here with the men who will like you, who will not care if you do that because they know that you're going to help them get to where they need to do so that they can attract the women that they want to attract. You need to get up here. He needs to see you down there being a woman. He needs to pull you up. If he's not pulling you up, he's letting you down. That means you need to cut him, get him off the roster. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. We will continue this journey to do what? Never date just one, sis.